Hello and welcome back. I'm Joe, and this is Transport Fever 2 Very Hard EPEC Challenge. Now, last time we did a pretty solid start over here, and everything is kind of flourishing. And if we look at our lines, we're actually making pretty good money on almost everything. But this very hard setting get me sweating. it's pretty brutal. So today we're gonna continue, but it's super important that we stay very highly efficient, otherwise we're gonna lose. Let me fill you in on a couple things really quick. So we are in 1862, which means I upgraded the train that we had here, the Baldwin we had before. We have the General running now. The trains are also a little bit bigger, and our factories are, well, pumping out exactly what they need, and the cities are getting what they're supposed to get. Cool so far, I'd say. And new industries are keeping popping up and going away. And actually, one of them has already thwarted my plans for this episode because I wanted to do something that would have been really easy and cool and a lot of money, but then one of the industries just disappeared, so now I can't do that anymore. Anyways, if we look at our numbers, the only real moneymaker are the trains. Like everything else is scraping by, they generally make money, but we're just not making enough. I did pay off the whole loan and we have a little bit of money in the bank, but we're going to spend it really fast if we really want to. Get the finances if you care about playing super hard. Can't even see it. This about here is where I left you last time, and then we just added a couple of cars, and I added bigger trains, locomotives, pardon me. And this is where we are now. We are continuously making money, just not a ton of money, so keep that in mind. But yeah, that's where we are. Wagons are good. I have stopped time because I would like to stay here for a little while. One of the good things that you can do and that I will do for sure is connect all the other cities with passenger connections. Public transport, I think that's the word that I'm looking for. Just with wagons, doesn't have to be fancy because it helps you grow all the cities and the demand in general, because I did have a few cars over here, this guy, running half full. Or not even full at all, so that was a problem. Oh, the other thing I had to do is I had to make a bypass here because the traffic that's generated through the oil supply here is quite significant. So yeah, we have to make sure that everything is actually working. But it is working now, so that is excellent. I looked around. St. Paul, McAllen, and Downey could be relatively good candidates for what's next because there are cities that are relatively connected. I should be able to make a really cheap, zoom in again, really cheap bridge here, just couple hundred thousand, won't cost much. We could even maybe put a ship here, but I don't think we have a huge potential because the problem is we have to bring grain to one of the food factories here, or industries, and then bring the food out to McAllen and to Downey. We don't actually need food anywhere else besides in Ponoma. And that's really expensive. Well, South Bend could be one too. So we could have 3 cities here that need food and 1 city that needs just passengers. But there's no good way to connect all of these because these 2 are on a mountain. If I could do this by ship, I totally would. But South Bend and Downey are both on a mountain, and I don't think there's any chance that I put a harbor down here that can reach the city without building a really expensive tunnel. And even then, I don't think that would work. So yeah, that's not going to happen. So the harbor has to be somewhere in the middle here. And if we do that, we may as well just put a train station in the middle. And there's just not a good situation where things work out for me. So I had to keep looking around. I'll show you what we're going to do today. Probably curious about that. Up here is Columbia, Raleigh, Rockford. And then we have Wichita and Grand Prairie as well. Columbia, Raleigh, and Rockford are really, really big cities on this map. Currently, I have the 2 biggest ones already, well, I'm supplying passengers and goods to them, so they've grown past the size of the biggest city before. But these are all around 200, which is pretty good on this map. What I initially had planned was there was a, what is it, rock quarry? No. What's it called? No, supplier, here. Yeah, quarry. There was a rock quarry over here, and it would have brought the materials down to this materials plant, construction material plant, and then just distributed them between Wichita, Rockford, Raleigh. Now, this one disappeared. Thank you, new update. It makes it more interesting. So we can't do that. What we can do instead, though, is connect these 3 cities with a working passenger train that should get all of this moving pretty nicely. And it's 3 pretty big cities, so I'm assuming it will generate enough demand to keep a passenger train running. Passenger is not my favorite way to work because you don't fully control how much money you make off of them, but they're definitely a version or something that can make it work. Lansing down here is also pretty good connection, but there's no easy way to connect to this guy unless I go through here. So as you can see, there's nothing easy to get there, but I think I can actually build this in a way that would make sense for everything that we need. I will not even turn a pause on because we need as much money as possible to make this work, so let's just get this started. Get me a passenger station. We're just going to start relatively small because everything you build has maintenance and will cost you money if, well, when you need it. So place this one here. Yes, it's really far away from the actual residential, but I think this is a pretty easy loop that we can set up with our passenger lines, so we have people staying right here. And while we're there, may as well put this track in. Should I just do a double track right away? I think I could. I think I should. I think I will. And then can we go... No, I can't automatically put a through station in here, but that's fine. 54,000, sure, why not? Put that one there, and then we are covering the passenger station over here. We're going to connect all of these down when we're done with all of this. For right now, I just want to make sure that we get everything taken care of. Really wish this was connected because it's another really easy connection that we could get here. Maybe I can incentivize these guys just a little bit by putting something a little closer there, and once I place the actual station, they may be happier. Right now, I can't afford... Oh, that's good. Right now, I cannot afford tearing down half the cities. Normally I would, and it's totally appropriate in most cases because it keeps your everything running a lot smoother, but I can't afford that right now. So we're just going to put external stations for right now. New Grand Prairie Chemical Plant, good. I'm waiting for a new quarry. That's why I'm kind of keep looking up there, but we'll see when that happens. So put this one here. We actually get a couple passengers for free. That's excellent. And if we want to be really cheap, we could start connecting these guys, but I should have enough money to get those two going. And then Rockford is the next one. Rockford, wow, you are between a rock and a hard place, aren't you? I don't even know where to put a station here. I guess over here is one option. I don't like it. But, well, I guess if we put it over here, we may as well go through to Wichita. No, we're not going to go through to Wichita because Wichita is the 4th station. And that often means that the middle stations are not... Well, sorry, that often means that you're losing out on some money. 3 stations is efficient, and I do feel we have to be very efficient in this playthrough, so let's not mess with things that we know are working. Yes, we're going to put this a little further out than I want to, but that just means we have to get a better public transport connection, transit connection, bus connection. That's what I'm saying. You can go here. A little scary, but that's okay. You can go there, and then maybe the bus stop will be somewhere closer to here. I'm going to do one bus stop setup. Well, no, I'm going to do the bus stop setups for all of these because we're still so early and there's not much else going on that this is probably semi-interesting, at least. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But this should have been a tunnel. Lame. But yeah, let's do this. Get these in. If this doesn't get built by the time I'm done with this, we'll just have to pull through there. Sorry. No, I actually don't want you this far out. I want you closer to the station. Yes. Because you can add a through station pretty easy to these bus stops. So that should be pretty simple. That one looks good. Raleigh, yes. And then Columbia. So the way I set up... I get the trains going first? No. The trains will lose money because there will be nobody really waiting for them, so I'm not going to set up... nope. I have to set up the track at least. I don't have to set up the trains yet, but I have to set up the track. Again, to save money, make sure you are aware of where you're going. 49,000 for this piece feels pretty alright, and this looks relatively flat until we get into the Rockford area, so let's keep this off for right now. I should be able to eyeball this. See this gouging? Not ideal. Sometimes you save a little bit of money if you can tunnel this. Not today though, not today. So what this is saying is if I want to go through here, I should go up pretty significantly, but as long as we're going at full speed and this is the passenger line, it should be okay. Then we go over this little hump, just like this, and then we will be going downhill again. And this is where we gain our speed back, I hope. That we lost going uphill there. What is this? Oh, it's a coal mine, good. Well, I almost thought it's a quarry, but it's not. 82,000 for that one. That looks pretty acceptable. Yes, there is a level crossing over here, but I think that is fine for right now. We're going to use this station as a center station again, so we don't have to double track everything. When this happens, definitely go backwards because we're going to save a lot of money. Yeah, because we're not going to have money. Well, we could probably have money right now to double track it, but I don't think that's necessary because having a double station in the middle right there generally means you're spacing out your trains a lot better than if you don't have that. So keep that in mind. I think I'm going to go up until here, and then I will do my best impression of getting a rail connection out this way. 120. Actually, this is fine. Nice canyon route. I like that. Let's see. Do you think we need a tunnel? No. Do you? Get rid of this piece. Don't kill a house. Good. Get rid of that piece. Come through here and 154,000. I don't hate it. And I honestly 167. Like this gouging, I don't think it's necessary. I think as much as I want the tunnel there, I think we're just going to stay right here. And 160,000, 50,000 feels very reasonable for that piece of track. Now this is the inside track. I have to remember this. The outside track may get more expensive. Whenever you can, keep it flat. Once you go to the non-flat area, even here, the bridge may be cheaper. Yeah, 135,000, but then there's a big hump. It's just 100,000. I think it's the best we can do. Although, yeah, there's just a lot of terraforming that we have to do right there. I think this should be fine. And then we can double track. Let's see. I would say this road is effectively the centerpiece of that track. So on this side, we can probably just say, come out from this piece of track, go in here, and then connect to that station. On this side, we're just going to do the same thing right here. Actually, if we could... No, you won't let me. Okay. The other game I play that really likes to have crossings, diamond crossings, right on the road. But that's fine. We'll just do this way. Not complicated. That works. Now, signal this up, because it's important. One way, sure. This time we're going to do the correct direction, because down south it was just a little weird. So if you come out here, and you connect right in there into that station, and that looks good. Ooh, Gresham, where are you? Gotta check. See, all these quarries that are currently existent are all on the left side of the map. They are not very helpful for what I'm trying to do here, because this quarry needs rocks, and I can't get them out here. It's not good. But it's fine. That's totally fine. Where should I put my depot? Because we do need a depot. It really doesn't matter that much, but I like to, well, just like to place one per area. I think Rockford has a better place for it. Maybe? Not really. Oh, right here. Right here is a perfect place for you. Give me that building. Pull you out this way. Be somewhat in the... you may as well go on this side. That's fine. Come over here, and then we can connect the tracks, hopefully elegantly, into right here without costing too much money. Beautiful. I'm only going to connect one side right now because, again, we're not made of money, and the maintenance cost will kill us if we have extra things that we don't actually require. Cool. We still have over 11 million in the bank. That is helpful. Let's get to setting up these city routes. What I like to do is set up simple figure eights, and when I place these stations, I try to keep about 2 or try to keep one empty road section. Road section is shown by these crossovers where people will actually cross. That seems to have a good enough coverage for everything we need, and then I generally place them far enough apart so that the end of whatever vehicle is going to these stops doesn't hang over some crossovers or crossings or other places. So this should be fine. It doesn't really matter how many stops we have, it just matters that we have enough stops. Put one after here, and I'm actually feeling that we can put one more out here, and that should be fine. Now, I don't think I have the luxury of using separate road depots in this case, and any of the, well, that I only use one road depot. I have to use separate road depots in all of these cities. But that's my setup. And then when I actually build the line, I build two, because if you double back on itself, you can still get really weird clumping situations that are not ideal. So what I generally do with naming convention, coming right up, is this, and then I remember what the name is, and this is going to be B1, Columbia, oh, sorry, almost. Columbia, I'll get it, Columbia B1, and Columbia B2 is just doing the exact same thing, just the opposite way. The game has a really good way of spacing these, so you don't have to worry about that too much, which is really nice. And so yeah, this is just B2. I don't go into clockwise and counterclockwise because honestly I confuse myself a lot when I do that, so it's not really worth it. Downey Coal Mine, that may actually be a really good place to be, because I did want to create some steel down there. So let's get some vehicles. I think we're just going to stay with the bigger ones. We'll start with 4 each, assign 2 to each route, and then we go to the next city and repeat. This one's actually a little more interesting because the shape of the city with the location of the station actually makes this a little more of a challenge. So I'm going to use this middle road as my connector, and then I'm just going to build a large square around the main part of the city, because the Sims actually care how well they're covered for public transports. Don't just write this off as something weird. Maybe, here's the thing, if I put these here, oh, they actually got moved. That's neat. If I put these there and this one here, then it's not that close to each other, but now I can cover the whole city. Yeah, the Sims actually care what the difference is between driving themselves or walking to the public transport and taking the transport, and therefore actually paying transport. I could, I guess, go up here. That's not the end of the world. I actually kind of like that. Let's plop one, sure, right in the middle of this. Thank you. New food processing plant, wonderful. Get rid of those two, that looks good, and then get me the station, the line that I already started, manage line, and then number 9 is no longer a thing. And then number 8 will just go straight back, that looks good. So it's like a big boot that ends up in Rockford Annex. We are in Rockford, so Rock B1 again, and Rock B2. And then you may be asking, how many buses or similar passenger transport vehicles are you putting on a line? I think a good rule of thumb is, when you get started, to say have the number of stations. In this case, we have 9, round it down. So I could put 4 on here each, but I also want to make sure that everything is working. So sometimes it's good to start with just a couple and then expand when appropriate. So yeah, you just, again, this is very hard. this is very hard settings, so it's really easy to overextend and to lose all your money. So instead of maximizing everything right away, make sure that everything runs as good as possible. So that's what we're doing here. So just 4 more on that one, get these 2 going. Rock 1, Rock 2, beautiful. That can do what they need to do. And I'm actually going to play with the new settings, because you can manage the line, and you can say that in Rockford Annex, you can use either of these platforms. I don't care which one you're going to. Now it's just going to pick wherever there's nobody waiting, which is perfect. Manage line here, do the same thing. You can do this, I believe, for any station types, but if you do it for the smaller stations, then they will have to run a really weird detour, and you don't want that. Okay, so all of these are currently running. That's excellent. So let's get our first line going for the passenger line. We're just going to do one train here. I know I have double-tracked a little bit in the middle, and we're going to pay for that. But make sure that when you go out there, you also double-track. So there should be 4 stations if you have... Sorry, 4 stops if you have 3 stations. Is it n+1? I really don't know. But this should be fine. They can do what they need to do. And this is the Regional Express. I like to use that. Rock to... like this, Columbia. I'm not going to remember that, but that's my effort for right now. So let's see what we can afford. First, what is the fastest passenger train that we have, or wagon? Not a lot. Bavarian passenger car. Sure. 50. Sure. Capacity 8, 14, 13. I think this one will be fine. Just 233. Less emissions, less weight. I think it's fine. 2 of these will weigh 14 tons, and 1 of these weighs 20 tons. 14 tons gives me 6 capacity, and 20 tons gives me 14 capacity. I think we're winning if we go smaller. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5? Maybe? Let's look at this. Let's get a quick hint of how many people we actually want to move around here. Nobody is currently going to Raleigh. And a few people, 34, are going between Columbia and Raleigh. So let's just use that as a guide mark. So let's start with around 40, 40 passengers. 32, 40, that should be good. And find a loco. Here it's really important that you go as fast as you can. 45, no, no. That's one that goes over 50, good, no, no, no. So we're just gonna go with this type 1, because the fastest one. Only reason, nothing else. 1.6 million. We can actually afford this right away without taking out a loan. I'm actually impressed by that. Cool. And let's see where that train comes today with sound. Let's make it a little slower. Can we get the right side? Ooh, new train. Hope this one's gonna make money, otherwise we have problems. Okay. That is doing its thing. Beautiful. And we may take a trip on this at the end of the episode. I think you guys deserve that. Okay, let's do the same thing I did over on the other lines, that we just assign this one to be able to take both stations? No, platforms, yes. And see how this goes. As you can see, there's only one place that currently has a lot of people waiting, right here, and it goes this way. Sometimes it's just lined up this way. Sometimes it isn't. So let's just double up on here, because I'm assuming... They're actually going this way. It's a little interesting. But I'm assuming they will help get more people out here. Speed this up. That looks good. And yeah, we just want to have a lot of people waiting at the station eventually. That would be wonderful. Okay, Columbia, same thing. Is this the most effective way to do something? No, absolutely not. You can totally tear down half the city, or a couple buildings here, I guess in this case, to say, hey, go do things. But I didn't want to spend the money on that. That's the only reason. Okay. Can we actually do that within the terminals as well? I'm not sure. No, here I can only say both. So you manage line, do this thing. Wonderful. And then you do the same thing. I could have probably just clicked the button over here and would have done the same thing, but this is fine. Okay, we're using this. Beautiful. We are about 2 million in. We're making some money, and life is going pretty okay. I think Lansing is a really good candidate to connect this, even though it's a really long distance, but I think we can make this work with a simple double station. Actually, we probably don't even need a double station here. At this point, we can share this one because it's an end station. Once we need to, we can expand this pretty easily. The only thing we have to do is snake our way through this mountain chain, which there is a path, not the direct path. It's not as the crow flies, which means we will lose some money along the way, but that's fine. I mean, the alternative is a plane, and this is not a plane distance. We are on a huge map, so I'm fully expecting to see some train setup, but not right now, not yet. How many did you pick up? 6. Well, I hope that beds in faster than that. What do we have here? 19 people waiting. That means throw some more people on it. Not enough money. How about now? Sounds great. Just gotta make it work. So when you see these stations overflowing, you actually gotta jump in and update something. And speaking of which, it's probably a good idea. Clearwater coal mine, cute. It's probably a good idea to look at this. Where do we have the bad ones? The 2 cargo ones, I'm not terribly worried about it because they are delivering as much as I need them to deliver. 11,000 for this one, ouchies. And everything else looks like it's very good, so we don't have to worry about any of these. Wonderful. Resume. Yes, let's go with that. Let's go out here. First, nothing first. We have to go through here. That's all there is. So let's check our ugly. This feels like we're a little higher. This is 4 meters. This is 2 meters, just a tiny bit higher. 4. Well, there's a slight uphill most of the way here, and there's a little valley that I can see there that I don't really want to go down, up and down again. So 20 meters, 20 meters, 11, 10. Oh, gosh, there's a lot of mountain here that I don't really want to use, but I don't want to go really far out the way either. So we have to make it to Lansing because there's a lot of passenger service here. Probably out here is the best place to go. So let's just reserve a spot. Like so. Oh, actually, no, this one we can do better. This one we can do much better. We can actually start making money here too. Let's get this guy, like so. And we're going to use part of the new beta update as well. Make it a little longer because I think we're going to use that, hopefully. Wow. Oh, I just spend a lot. I was like, why is everything so small? Oh, because I spend everything. That's fine. Let's give myself 1 million because everything else is still bedding in. Then the building that I meant to build, 20 meters. Yes, it will cost me a little more maintenance, but I think it will be worth it. You come out this way. Then we tell this guy to update the street access on this side. That looks good. And then I want some passenger buildings just to wait because I think it looks cool. Would be much better if you just center yourself. That would be great. Let's just do this. And this will also help because I'm assuming whenever the train drops off someone that we need a little extra capacity. And right now we have a capacity of 48 and 48 per platform, but then 60 extra in the building. So we shouldn't lose any people, ideally. At least I hope so. Road connection, sure. Yeah, we're going to go with the big one right away. I think it's the right thing to do. That works. Yeah. Let's take care of Lansing. I think you can see what the method here is, so I'm going to do that real quick. This is also perfect opportunity for a tram line, but I just don't think we have the capacity yet for a tram line. But trams are a little faster than trucks for a little while, and buses, so that's definitely an option. We still need the actual building, so let's not forget about that. So these guys can start making us money already while we're building the actual rail line connection here, so that should be good. Yeah, let's do this one. That sounds great. Get you in there, have these two assigned to A and B. And then before anyone says it, no, I have not told the lanes to switch the, switch the station or the platform because they go straight through. There's no turning in here and I don't want them to turn. I don't want them to cross anything, so that is exactly what I want them to do. Great. Let's build the building here. It's going to cost me some money. I may regret this, but I would like the building here first. You can connect it right to the bus station like this, so that's what we're doing. Line this up a little bit, get it nice and close. I have a little helper line there that makes it look like this is actually straight. Not the, wow. It appears that the guys from Transport Fever have broken that a little bit because you shouldn't be able to move the buildings all the way in there. This looks fine. This looks fine, I think, but I was able to effectively place it right there, and that's just wrong. Okay, that's our connection. It's going to cost us a little bit of money, but that's fine for right now. We have to get this going. Ooh, I like this. I like this. 49 people. Perfect. How are we doing here? The other side has some extra people sitting there. I love it. So this is something, thanks to autosave, I probably needed you. This is something you have to do a lot. Actually, I could have a connection going back here. I don't think that's necessary. This is something you have to do a lot because you want to make money, and the only way to make money is to make sure that you're relatively efficient everywhere you are. R4 the right number for any of these guys? I don't know. Maybe. Over here, wow. This one's just going crazy. Roka B2 with 60 people sitting there. We're going to do this. The only reason I click the checkbox here is because if you don't and click this button, it asks you to confirm the cloning, and I don't like the extra click there, so I'd rather do the extra click somewhere else. Only reason. Cool. Also money. Our money is doing something. How's this guy? You should start making... Ooh, it's already making money. I love it. And we can easily increase the frequency, and the frequency should actually increase the number of people that want to take that train. So life should be pretty good when that one's actually starting to go for real. Yeah, we're not gonna go down, otherwise we have to go up here anyway, so I'm fine with that little bump. Then go for here. That is a tunnel I don't see a way around, and cheeky tunnels are great. I don't think anyone can argue that. So this looks fine. Let's go on the outside of this coal mine. Let's take that road away because we'll look ugly. Here, you just need to make sure that you don't spend money on things that you can avoid spending money on. That's really all. I'm gonna go around this hill. I don't expect this to be a hyper complicated track. It's just maybe a little more unconventional than I usually play. That wasn't good enough because this is going to go up. If you can leave it flat, leave it flat. Try to keep your 120 because you will upgrade the trains that run on this pretty soon. So make sure that you stay in that realm. Again, if you can stay flat, definitely stay flat. I think that will help you down the road, even though it may cost a little more sometimes. Sometimes it just looks ridiculous when you do as a crow flies like this, and you don't need to do that. But other times when you just do the short pieces, I think it's adequate. Yep, flat is good. Are we still running? We are still running. I hope we're still making money. Now, where do I want to go? Now I have to figure out... I have to start turning right here. I don't want to go through that mountain. I really want to go through this without losing too much height. And there's a mountain there, there's a mountain here, so we may actually want to come in on the outside here, which means we have to go into this valley. How high up are we? Wow. Ooh! We have to go here. You see that price tag? I don't think there's a good way around this. We can fudge this a little bit by going up and down with M and N, but it looks like 338 is about the price tag that we're going to pay here no matter what we do. Yeah. I don't see us getting around that. And then, well, while we're here, may as well get the most out of it. So that is... I mean, this tunnel is beautiful. It's exactly in the right spot, and it's an appropriate length, so we're going to do exactly that and see what we can get out of here. Crowflies. Crowflies, this is going to hurt, but just for a general idea. It's flat. I don't know if you saw that, but it says we're flat here, so that's good. We're already on the right height. We clearly don't have that much money, and we have to go... oak farms too, beautiful. And we have to go around this... what is it? Iron ore facility for right now. It may disappear at some point, but I don't want to wait that long. So what are we going to do now? We are going to see a slight increase in height pretty soon, but for right now I think we're just going to stay flat. I don't want to wait forever. This is why I wait in between episodes to actually pay off all the loan, so we can make good progress here. That looks good. Then snake up here. See, that bridge I feel is appropriate. And if we look, the bridge costs 163, the embankment costs 290. We're definitely going to go with the cheaper version for right now. This road is in the way for sure. Tell you that just by peeking at it. Oh, he's still going up. Ouch. I want you to go up. Because it's going to go back down again. That's the problem here. See that far downhill trend that we're gonna see. But I rather want to see it sooner than later. So let's get rid of this guy as well. Yep, all this road. Luckily, demolishing stuff is free, and building stuff is expensive. So... I don't hate it. I don't love it. We are going downhill at a pretty good pace. We are also going uphill here at a pretty good pace. So if we take this back a little bit, we're already not getting a refund for that. I'm totally fine with that. If we go like this, can we do anything a little more elegant without breaking the bank? You go here. 700. There's a little bridge there. There's a lot more tunnel there. No, I don't want that much tunnel, but I think we want to start embanking here. So stay flat. Yes, it's going to cost me a little more, but I think that's going to be worth it. Stay flat here. Stay flat around here. Oh, gosh. Sure. Wherever I have you there. Don't stay flat here, so we get a little money back. Can you make a hump? Hit my spacebar there. I didn't want to stop the game. 264, I think that's the winner. It's also pretty setup. And now, if we take this back just a little bit, we should be able to go downhill because that is part of a hump that I just put in there, and that hump should point us down. Pretty okay. Wow. That's where we want to go. Is there any better option anywhere? It's 120. That's good. 207. Yeah, that looks a little better. 207. I think that's the winner. Save as much money as we can. We have our bridges. We have pretty much everything that you could ask for right in here. So that feels pretty good. There's a new farm again. Cool. Yeah. Oh, this is a very pretty route. It's just very long, and I hope it pays off. But I think it will because we're already seeing a lot of passengers here, which tells me this guy can get upgraded. Let's get some extra monies. We're going to do two things here. I think this is my fastest and my strongest. Is 40 going to be enough? I think it has to be. Let's manage this. Give me 2 more of these. And I'm going to send one of them furthest one ahead. Oh, that's right. I don't even have this this rail connection yet. Okay, can the other one come out? You are not coming out. That's fine. This one, this train, I will set onto the other route that we just built that we haven't named yet. But we can wait a couple seconds until he gets to Columbia. Yes, that's good. So this one is going to be. Oh, we haven't set the route yet. That's the problem. Columbia to Lansing. This is a inner city. Columbia, Lansing. Beautiful. Still using that shorthand for now. Awesome. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pause real quick. Then we're gonna find that train wherever you are. Did you already leave here? I don't think you have. Oh, you have 5 people. Where is the other train? We're going to use this one to do the thing that I'm going to show you. Oh, we're fine. Waiting for free path. We're just going to wait for a second, and then we're going to go for a ride, and then that's going to be your outro, I think. No, so money-wise, I think we're doing really well. Wow, I didn't spend much of what I just took out. 5 million. I did spend a lot of what I took out. We spent over 7 million today, but I hope that's all money well spent. And not just completely frivolous spending. Oh, we're moving! Great. Let's get a close-up with some smoke that's not completely in our way. There you go. We can smooth this later when we have money. I just don't have money yet. But that's what I have. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, we're going to see what the map gives us, because it's hard for me to predict now what we can do and what we can't do. And what's going to make money and what's not going to make money. So we're going to switch this over to the other line, probably now, actually. Inner city. I'm going to do that one. So it doesn't have to stop. And life should be pretty good, I hope. This very hard setting for difficulty is very exciting to me, because it's really... You have to play with all the tricks. You have to, otherwise you have to go back and change the settings to easy again, and we don't want to do that. We absolutely do not want to do that. Someone on my Discord recommended that already, and I was just like... If I have to, I will, but I really don't want to, and I hope I won't. So we'll see how this goes. You're gonna wait here, but that's fine. I think the speed is okay because the canyon run at the end there is going to take forever. So say bye-bye to that train, and say bye-bye to me. Thank you very much for watching, really appreciate you, and I hope to see you again next time. Thanks, autosave. That should mean that we can get the rest of the video here without saving. Awesome. Bye-bye.